Hey everyone, it's Garduno here. I'm an artist. I've been drawing nearly 40 years of my life. I've worked for Lucasfilm, Star Wars, Acme Archives, Boom Studios, just to name a few. Anyways, I'm bringing you this tutorial, and I'm going to be teaching you a lot of core values that seem to be missing in this area. The first thing I'll be teaching you about is proportions. I see a lot of artists that do portraits or do people artwork, and their proportions are always off. When you draw a portrait, the first thing that the viewer is going to look at are the eyes. That's probably the most important thing in a painting, is making sure you bring life to those eyes. In my tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to get absolute perfect proportions in less than 15 minutes. I know some artists will spend days and days and days drawing and erasing the proportions to get it to look right. But promise me, I will show you, and it's not as hard as you think. It's actually one of the easiest things that you can do for your drawing. Now, the most important thing is your proportions and getting those to look correct before you even start to apply the paint. So that's the number one thing we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna teach you about how to blend color, how to make it look seamless, with adding texture to it, because when you're drawing a portrait, nobody wants to see a drawing that looks exactly like the picture. You know, it's like hanging a photo on the wall. You want to add some style to it, add some flair, add your own unique signature style. And that's what I'm here to do, is help you achieve and find your own style, your unique signatures that people can identify you through just looking at your art. And this comes in time. After practicing and doing many paintings, you will automatically develop your style. But I'm going to teach you a lot about that. And you know what? Don't worry about failing or making mistakes on your artwork, because you're always going to fail. Me, even I still make mistakes on my artworks, and I'm still learning. As an artist, I'll be learning the rest of my life. I mean, that's just how it goes. You never stop learning. You can never master anything. So yeah, it's okay to make failures, because you know, if you don't fail, you won't be successful. Anybody who's been successful has always failed, because failure is a part of being successful. So don't worry about that. In my tutorial, I'm going to teach you more in 90 minutes about drawing than you've learned your entire life. Guaranteed. After my 40 plus years, well, nearly 40 years of drawing, I've put all my knowledge into this 90-minute tutorial. This is just one of my tutorials. I'm going to be making a lot more. Anyways, I packed it in, is all my knowledge that I've learned, into this tutorial to teach you as fastly and as fast as quick as I can, because I know all of you want to learn quick and you want to learn fast. So that's what I'm going to try and help you do. But it's not going to come overnight. You got to practice, you got to stick with it, you got to be motivated. Sometimes, yes, you'll have artist block, but you know what? It'll always come back to you, your motivation. It always comes back. Artist block is with any artist, even me. I'm going to show you about values, and this is another important step. Now, values has nothing to do with color. Okay, values is the contrast of your artwork, from working from dark to light. I'm going to show you how to achieve a good, perfect balance from dark to light. I see a lot of artists, and let's talk about the ones that only work in black and white. And when you see their artwork and they're super detailed, right? They have a lot of detail, proportions look pretty good, but they're just flat. They're not interesting. And I see this most out of our artists that are trying to learn. You look at it, you ever seen a portrait and it just looks, I mean, you know, it looks like the person that they're trying to draw, or like the celebrity, but it just doesn't grab you. It doesn't give you that, oh, wow, awesome kind of feeling. It's because their values were off. So that's another important thing I'm going to teach you in this tutorial, is how to achieve excellent values to keep your viewer engaged. Because that's what you want to do. You want to keep your viewer engaged because you want to sell your art. I'm assuming that you want to get better because you like to do this, you know, as a profession. So I will show you how to do that. and how to do nice highlights, nice midtones, and nice darks, and all of those blending together seamlessly to make an interesting, awesome drawing. Okay? And here's something I wanted to bring up. There was a time in my life where I had quit drawing for nearly 10 years because I wasn't getting anywhere, and I was quitting, and I was getting frustrated. My artwork was just not looking right. It wasn't, it just didn't. I'm like my own worst critic. All of us artists are. We criticize our work more than anybody does. We are hardest on ourselves. Okay? And yeah, after that 10 years, I was like, you know what? I need to get back to it. So this is something else I'm going to teach you. Don't be like me and quit for that many years, because it took me a long time to jump on the horse and get back into it. Just from my experience, I'm letting you know, just stick with it. Draw what you love, okay? You gotta love what you do. You'll be more successful if you love what you do, because when the viewer looks at your art, they can see the quality and love and attention, craftsmanship, and detail you put into that drawing. It shows through. Trust me, it does. And at the same time, you'll also be creating your own style, your own signature, so people can identify your art. Now, I like working mostly with pastel pencils because it's a forgiving medium. Like, if you make mistakes on the color, you can easily color right over it. It's very, very easy. I do like colored pencils. I use those once in a while. But for me personally, I feel they're harder to blend. They blend good, but they definitely don't blend as easy with pastel pencils, because most colored pencils are wax-based, and you have to put a lot of wrist power into your drawing to really blend them. And with pastel pencils, it's like dry painting. And when you're drawing with pastel paintings, it's just like oil painting. You're painting only with a dry medium. And they blend like butter. It's just amazing. The feeling you get when you're drawing with these things is just like, it's like ecstasy. I love it. I love pastel pencils. But the things that I'm teaching you in this can be applied to any medium, really, because I'm going to be teaching you the core principles. Now, it will work best with pastel work because that's what I specialize in. But like I said, yes, you can use this you can use what I'm teaching you with colored pencils, with oil paints, with acrylics, because I'm going to be teaching you, things that apply towards all of these mediums, like the values and coloring and detail and proportions. So I had a lot of fun working on this piece, and I'm going to also teach you how to achieve interesting backgrounds, so they're not just boring, adding texture and adding different shapes and stuff, because it's all about keeping your viewer engaged. And that's what I'm going to teach you in this tutorial. So I want to thank you for your time for watching this video. I'm super excited to teach you what I've learned the last 40 years of my life. I am going to help you improve as fast as I possibly can. You'll be creating artworks faster, more precise, and better than ever. Thanks again, everyone. This is Artofgarduno, signing out.